Hi, today our group is going to introduce a famous song named as Closer. The first, I'm gonna introduce the artist background. The chain smokers, the American electronic music combination is composed of DJ and singer Andrew Taggart and Alex Paul. Let's talk about the early experience. Alex Paul was a major in the music industrial and the university. After graduating, he worked as a music worker and worked as a receptionist for the gallery to make a living. Andrew Tug has been working as an intern at the New Vision Record Company before a friend introduced the famous acquaintance to people in the chat website. Chad Rutley is already a net friend. Two people out of the common worship of AVC, David Cota, Dad Moore, Caliber Harris, and other DJ and Noon. In 2012, Alex Paul and Ryder Bixler set up a combination of smokers in New York, USA. In the same year, Alex Paul met Andrew and Charles Art Museum in Manhattan, and soon Andrew replaced Red B. So let's talk about the introduction of Closer. Closer is a song by the combination of American electronic music combined with the ghost Andrew Taggart and Hilscher. The singer and Andrew Taggart sing Frank and Frantic Kenneth, which issued by Disruptor and Columbia Records in July 28, 2016. Closer rose to the top of the top 100 list of Billboards in the United States in August 22nd, 2016 and become a combination of the Smoker and Hilscher's first singer, the first to win the list. In August 28, 2016, Closer won the Best Summer Song, nominated for the MTV Music Video Award. For the lyric analysis, Closer's main song describes a pair of reunion of men and women, not seen in 4 years. 4 years no call is very short, but it has a great impact, at least for me, at least 4 years of no contact, and how much and more intense emotions are in it. And these simple 4 words have inspired infinity. In addition to this, the rover that I know you can afford is also very touching. This is very detailed language, and no, you cannot afford. The two people are very close to the relationship before. The feeling of knowing the root of the knowledge is all shown. I was just doing fine before I met you. It's also the same using simple and simple narrative language. The past two people meet the connection of the sense of the inseparably and vividly. The second success of Closer lyric is to focus on the use of very subtle images. Image is an important way to form a sense of image and plays a vital role in the construction of visual beauty. In Closer, we can see very clearly a lot of very living description, such as tattoo on your shoulder, blink 182 sun, Tucson, shades, rover. These words are not big words, are not abstract, mystical words, so more in a very relaxed and simple atmosphere, has a kind of sense of nostalgia and sense of vivid life. Third, Closer lyrics on the whole contact the shell of a tragedy with the core of comedy, although the expression of failure of love. But the part of the sub-song part we are never getting older to convey a very positive value, love, prophecy, lies, 4 years, not to be angry, not right, it is a rigorous youth, such a kind of vitality, such an expression of love with love, may be a value that is more likely to be heard in the present, under the pressure of the contemporary people. So next, my friend will talk about the melody analysis. Let's welcome my friend.
Hello everyone. I will continue doing the melody analysis. So Closer is a slow piece expertly constructed EDM or called pop crosser song. There are a few key elements which makes it as strong as it is. The first is the main melody, which is played by synths, as well as being sung by both male singer and female singer. This extracts layering and repetition of melody drives it into the listening brain. It is also extremely simple memorable. The second is the rhythm. The simple kick pattern underpins the track, and almost all the main elements reinforce this pattern. The third strong element is the chorus and the vocal hook, which are memorable and easy to sing, largely because the mimic of the melody exactly. The result is a catchy, punchy song that hints the three simple but powerful ideas. Bars 1 to 5 is the introduction, and this is a made-for-radio track, as opposed to the club track. The intro is short but sweet. The term "don't bore us, get to the cruise" really means what it says. On radio, you only have a few seconds to grab the attention of listener. This means introductions are short and distinctive. For Closer, the chain smoker starts by filtering the panic cross. This sets the tone and the rhythm for the whole track. Not only that, but you can also hear the main hook suggested quickly in the background. This let you know that song is straight away and tells you with a hint of what to come. The bar 5 to 13 is the verse 1. The entire track is only used to cross sequence, so it combined into the first verse. However, the piano chords from the intro disappear and replaced by system start, stop, cross with tighter filter. The amplitude environment. The male singer sings at the first verse, which reinforces the kick rhythm and dances around it. The contrast of the introduction reverbs is really powerful, as all of the songs in the section are quietly dry. The real finger clicks enhance this. The second part of the first verse builds into the bridge using a syncopation clap rhythm, and once again you can hear the main riff hinted at. The bar 13 to 21 is the bridge one. The bridge is all about building anticipation of the chorus, and here the drums are in full swing. The finger clicks are replaced with a powerful clap layered over a subtle snare, and a hi-hat pattern gives the track some groove. The piano chords are also reintroduced with a low pass filling opening up over a duration of bridge, which adds depth to the synth stepped. A subtotal bell-like theme starts playing the rhythm of the main melody, but only on two notes. As I mentioned earlier, the melody is one of the three core elements of the track, and the Chainsmoker allude it through the whole song. Bar 21 to 29 is the cruise one and build one. This is the sing-along bit. The male vocal sing the entire main melody for the first time. All the drums disappear, and a single sustained string builds tension in the anticipation of the first drop. To add weight to the melody, there is a male vocal line, and below the main vocal, one of the octave above too. These are both much lower in the mix, but follow the melody exactly towards the end of the build. A rolling snare drum lets you know that tracks about the drop. A white noise rather increase the energy. The bass is filtered out with a high pass filter, and the main melody is played quietly a synth to add excitement. Bar 29 to 37, drop 1. Action stations. All the drums are now played, and the layer claps and snare are brought up slightly into the mix to supply more power. The main melody is playing on the synth, and air is added by the very high pass filter rated texture that follows the same line. In your face, uh, even on the photo or laptop speaker, the male vocal reinforces the melody with a vocal hook that we won't ever get older. The lyric. Next, let's welcome Zhuoqi Li to talk about the rest of melody.
Instrumentally, this is the same as verse 1, but instead of the male singer and the female singer is introduced here. This is kind of a song game version of the call and response method, where two complementary elements call and indeed respond to each other. Again, almost the same as the first bridge, except for three elements. First, is the female singing instead of the male. Second, there are also some atmospheric pitch bend vocal sounds added, which complement her singing. And last, the bass line is played an octave higher to add some variation and highlights the woman's hair vocal tone. These elements all bring the second bridge up a level from the first one. The same as choose one, except now, for the first time in the track, the man and woman are both singing together. The build-up into a second drop is the same as into the first, exactly the same as the first drop, except the vocal hook is now singing by both the male and female. Here we drop right back down again, and most of the elements are stripped out. This is contrast of energy is exactly what's needed in electronic dance music, as it allows people to relax before the drop. It's just the male vocal singing the chorus, the piano chorus, and the sustained string to create anticipation. This second build is all about building tension and anticipation before the largest, fullest, and final drop. The vocal hook is repeated, and the female vocalist comes into argument the male. There is a deep but energetic drum pattern leading up to the snare roll, and the synth melody is reintroduced subtly. Reverb is also building, so that when the drop comes, the contrast is greater. The white noise razor also builds energy. Here's the final drop, and it's all guns blazing. It's mostly the same drop too, except for a few additional elements. First, the piano trolls play as well as the singing trolls steps, adding dips. Second, female vocals are added. Last, the sustained string is played octaves higher. The outro takes the energy back down before the end of the track. The piano trolls play and filtered out with a low pass filter. And even now the melody is playing very quietly in the background. A wash of vocal reverb from the end of the last drop faded into nothing. So that's all. Thank you. Thanks for listening.